democracy. I don't know why you are interested in deployment of people, David Masondo. It's an alignment. Masondo is capable, David is capable. It's an alignment because the OR Tambo Political School is a project of the ANC. Makura is full-time. Masondo was never full-time. I know you will refer to the seminar that he organized, which seminar was a matter that we handled with him, but eventually it went ahead. Who's the fellow who was running the seminar from Zimbabwe? Ibo Mandaza. He makes all sorts of allegations. I don't want to respond to that because he doesn't understand what he's talking about. I've got respect for him as an intellectual and so on. ANC will never suppress anyone. We did not want that to continue and it becomes his pulpit alone. South Africa, we can't give a platform to dissidents to criticize other countries and all of that. They've got the right here in this country. But if you want an honest dialogue, you must have a dialogue of minds. If you are a Democrat, he must come there and tell us that we are wrong about Zimbabwe, not to give us a lecture. He must tell us. I'm prepared to have a seminar with him. These things he say about President Mbeki and myself and all of that, he must then call it. OR Tambo must have that kind of a school. Must not be a propaganda tool for one group here in South Africa that doesn't like Mnangagwa as a president and ZANU-PF, and then they come here use the platform. The ANC is a democratic organization. We are enthused by the fact that we ourselves have accepted dissent even within our ranks. So don't come here and use our platform and one-way traffic will listen to you, one lecture. Bring everybody, let's debate, including the Secretary General of the ANC. Mbalula, come and tell the world why you say this on behalf of the ANC in terms of Zimbabwe. I will. So, we clarified that issue, but Masondo didn't want to listen. He went ahead with it. He had that. I think they satisfied themselves for what they wanted to achieve, to bash at people. They didn't want a debate. They wanted to bash. So they got their platform. But Makura is a political commissar of the ANC. He's the man responsible for ideological thinking in the movement. That's what Makura is about. So Makura is the principal, meaning he's responsible for political education and the political school. So that's why we have Makura. So that's why we say Makura as political head must be linked to the term of office of the National Executive Committee, must be linked so that the new executive, whenever it comes, it appoints its new board and its new commissar. So it is not just running like that. David, brilliance, politically advanced, he will continue to play a role there. But running the school is Makura's job now. That's what we are saying. Gordon's removal, no, we don't just remove people. We deal with issues, and ministers are held to account. I've given extensive. I know Lizeka writes at length about this, and they give him wrong reports and so on. And they say I clarify myself every weekend. I don't clarify myself, by the way. I explain because I was distorted in KZN. When I acknowledged President Zuma and President Mbeki, and I said President Mbeki is an elder. When he expresses his views, we must accept them, even if we don't like them. That's what I said. Don't jump to the point where every time an older person speaks to you, you think that is all negative. Even if he says things that impact negatively on our organization, we need to listen to that. And I tried to be sociological about it and said that when you grow older, you become younger, meaning you've got a license. When I was youth, I was militant. I said things that when I'm old, I can't say. When I grow older, I learn fear. Before I say everything I think. When I was younger, I didn't care. I could say things that people will rumble and do what and say, this young man is mad. older people, when they go older, they become young, they've got the license to say anything because they've got nothing to fear from us. We don't owe them. They don't want to be deployed. They don't want to be presidents. So they say things without prejudice. Bah! In public. That's what they do. When President Mbeki say things, even where I'm seated, I think, hey, or President Zuma or Motlanthe, that thing does not need me all the time to release a statement to contradict an old man who has given his life and who has given his time and who's giving counsel and advice. That counsel can come in many ways. I may say to them, hey, can't we talk aside? But remember, they've got all the time, they look at us, and then they can say things. Society respect them. These are elders of our country. These are elders. Mandela is gone. We are remaining with President Zuma, with Motlanthe, with Mbeki, and all others. Ketina in the ANC were blessed. We've got many. Some have not even led government. So there are many. So from time to time, they don't speak to the press. We've got the Veterans League who put Snooki. Who am I to muzzle Snooki? To tell him speaking or 12 taking or 4. I can't do that. He can speak anytime he wants. He can convene me. I don't need a diary. That's exactly what I was saying when I was talking about. So somebody somewhere who's overzealous, who's trying a political party between himself and his wife, wanted to be relevant. So I won't mention him by name. Then I responded to that and said that, hey, because he said I'm saying older people are senile. We have honor and all of that. I didn't say that. We must respect their views because ANC members have got a tendency that instead of engaging with the view, they attack the person. When President Mbeki raised an issue with the ANC or in public, engage with the issue, not who he is and his past. He will be reminded of HIV and AIDS and all of that and so on. Let's get to the issues. When Zuma speaks as a former president, they will tell him about the era of the state capture. Let's deal with the content. When he speaks, especially in our platforms, let's deal with the content, not rush to say, he doesn't have brains, he doesn't have this and that. As the SG of the ANC, that is what I am conveying to our membership and to society, to respect the elders. That's what I'm talking about. And I had to clarify it because I was being distorted as the mouthpiece of the ANC. So I had to clarify that. And even Praveen, because Praveen didn't feel good, when I said move or be moved. So I didn't say move from cabinet. I was saying move faster or you will be moved, like we'll push you. You see? Yeah. No, let me explain to you. What we are doing now, what we're doing now, including convening ministers, we are pushing them to deliver on their responsibilities. And that's what we're doing. If they don't move on the things that they've committed themselves that they are doing in government and the ANC is looking at them, then the ANC must answer the question. Why should we keep this person here? Because he's not moving. We were in a meeting last week, he said, no, this barometer of gauging service delivery is not a once-off event. I explained to them in the NEC meeting. And they approved, the NEC approved. It's not a once more event. You are going to be judged on the basis of your work, not that of any other thing. In the last meeting, comrade, you told us the following. Where are we now in relation to that? So that when we speak on behalf of the ANC, we get criticized. We can give answers. That's what we mean. It's not about saying that the people will be moved or somebody is feared. There's nobody who's feared. All what we are emphasizing, and which is what the president has spoken about, is that there must be decorum. I didn't want comrades to leave the NEC meeting with the belief that Mbalula is favoring me against that one. things are clearer of where we are heading, but it's not an attack and comparison to them. So that is the point, and that we're dealing with at the level of the... Lastly, coalition framework remains. The NEC have mandated us, which I convene this coalition. In the next 2 weeks, we'll convene this coalitions to look at our participation in these coalitions. And the NEC was very clear. We must also look at the collaboration we've got with some of the political parties. I won't mention them by name. We need to look into that. And that's what we'll do in the next 2 weeks when we sit, but in the context of our coalition. So when we get to the special virtual meeting, one of the issues we are expected to give report on will be on this question of coalitions, will be on the Integrity Commission. Integrity Commission, there are new reports that they've processed. We're processing the terms of reference, and then at the same time, Integrity Commission, we're giving all the 91 reports they've given us. We're giving an account. We'll give them an account what happened to those reports. If they've not been attended to, we will refer them back to this new NEC to finalize. So that's the special meeting we're going to convene. So we don't want touch and go on integrity matters. We want a detailed, clearer understanding of what is going to happen. But after that, we are going to, even before the special meeting, to convene a meeting of all provinces. It will also be virtual with Integrity Commission so that they can give a report on how they want to work as integrity without us, so that we deal with matters and comrades understand what is integrity, and then integrity also must be supported by clearer terms of reference of how it works. So it's less than a year and we've covered so much ground. And we're still going faster. I mean, comrades were complaining in this NEC. They say the agenda is heavy. But let me tell you, in that heavy agenda, we presented everything, and more than 80 people, all of them spoke by Monday. We started on Saturday. And in between that, we celebrated the Springboks. And you can imagine in the celebration of the Springboks, it goes up until late, and then you have to wake up in the morning. So we did all. Thank you very much.